This business did over 150,000 in 6 months.
For those that don't know, I am from the Chicago region, always born and raised, been in the suburbs here. And then I run my business from here. The business is located in Raleigh, North Carolina, doing it remote.
The business was ran completely remote, meaning from their home, never had an office or anything like that. This is an amazing story from one of BookingKoala's entrepreneurs who started from Chicago and runs the business from Chicago while the service operates completely in North Carolina.
The first week we did $1,200, $1,800, and I was thrilled. I had never sold anyone anything. It's like $1,200. Our second month we did 12,000 maybe. I don't know if that's good. I don't know what other businesses are doing, but 12,000 maybe. Then we did, I don't know, maybe like 22 in the third month. And then we did 3 straight months of just under 30.
And that is the opportunity. You have to watch this video. I'm going to break down the most important parts that will actually help you get the same exact results. Okay, if you don't know, my name is Philip Boxa. I grew my first business to over $15 million in revenue, which was a service business. Now I help over 20,000 that use BookingKoala do the same thing, whether they're using the platform for the software or my methods. Let's get to it. Let's see how he did it exactly.
I didn't understand how you don't have to create something brand new or come up with an invention to get people to buy your stuff, right? You just do what other people are doing, right? And having the self-belief and having the path shown in front of me of, you do X, Y, and Z, and you can get people to come work for you. You can get people to give you their credit cards, right? You just need to go solve their problem.
So the first thing, he had to believe that he doesn't have to create something that's cool, that's new, someone hasn't seen it before. Because in reality, the easiest businesses to start are actual in-demand businesses, meaning that the customer already needs the service, they know that they want it. And even though there may be millions of businesses already like that, and many in the city that you're already in or planning to go in, that doesn't matter. That proves that the business already works and you can be the solution with a couple things that we're going to tell you about in this video. Okay, so moving forward, how much did it cost to start this business?
$800, somewhere in there. LLC registration, setting up a phone, getting the first iteration of a website, those kind of costs. I'm sure there's a couple others. BookingKoala, right? Getting the system set up.
He says only $800, which is literally what service businesses could be started for. I teach in my videos, sometimes you could start for $0. Yes, there are ways to spend $0 starting service businesses. To be safe, we're going to assume not zero, but $500 to start a service business. Another thing that he mentions is that he did not start this as his first business. Before this, he got sold on the idea of starting a drop shipping store.
About you and your business now, is this your first?
First that's gone anywhere. I had briefly dabbled in a couple drop shipping businesses, didn't do anything, didn't turn out. But this is my first business that has been successful. Yeah.
If you shift your mindset and to go into something where you can grow a brand and go after something that's in demand, this is golden opportunity in 2026.
Getting on the phone the first time and trying to get someone to buy your service, that was scary at first. And so you realize over time, it's not that hard to get anyone to buy your service, especially when they call in, right? If they're calling me.
At the beginning, everybody will be required to do this. He mentions how he was scared picking up the phone until he realized that these people are actually in need of the service. They're calling him. Why would he be scared, right? Just pick up the phone and sell on the service. I remember whenever I think about this clip here, the times when I first started. That was literally the very first thing I did in the morning. That is how I woke up at the beginning. I heard the phone ring. I would wake up out of bed. No one knew I was even waking out of bed. Hello, welcome to King of Maids. How can I help you? And that was the first wake up call. And that's how I started my day. Those are just some memories. But like he says, everybody will go through that where they have to take that action, pick up the phone, and that is how the business starts. You then realize, like he did, people don't even pick up the phone.
Your competition out there, what makes you different from them, especially being a new guy on the block, being in business 6-7 months?
I would say the biggest difference would be that we actually pick up the phone. As silly as that sounds,
When you call for cleaning services or services in general, which is one of the reasons why I also started in the beginning, because when I reached out to people for a quote, no one was picking up the phone. I was blown away. And back then, you couldn't even get pricing because there wasn't as much book online as there is today. So you literally couldn't get pricing or service or someone to pick up the phone when you needed it. That just blows you away. Still today, it's the same thing. Businesses get complacent that are making money, they stop caring, and that brings opportunity for the next guy. That's how the cycle always turns, okay? Now, the next part is you do not have to actually do the cleanings yourself. Grant here says how he has 6 or 7 cleaners doing the jobs for him, meaning that he just has to provide the jobs, take a cut, manage everything, and focus on growing the business. So not only do you work remote on this business model, but you have someone perform the service on your behalf, whether it's an employee and a contractor, doesn't matter which. If you guys are watching my other videos or join the 10K system, there should be a link somewhere below. I teach you how to go about that and do things properly. So make sure you join. And that is the key, you guys. You have to make sure that you do not do the jobs yourself. This is how you scale. This is how you grow to the next level.
the recurring, that's my favorite number. That's about all I care about.
Reoccurring is all that I care about. This is literally something that you guys need to put somewhere on your desk if you think of growing and starting a service type business, because that is what it is all about. That's literally what I teach in pretty much every video I make that is helping someone grow a service business. That's what scaled my business. That's how literally it made it so easy, based on reoccurring revenue. And this is not just the service industry. This is literally every successful big business. That's their key. And in 2026, that's what they want the most. How can you do reoccurring revenue? How can you build it? Next part, he says providers come from referrals.
Cleaner that I trust, and they'll say, hey, my friend over here just left so-and-so, she's really good. And she needs more work, and I told her about this. Can you give her some jobs? Sorry, Indeed. Like I'm always going this route. I have, the word of mouth right here from somebody that I trust.
At first, I always say, use your network. You know somebody that's going to be a cleaner, or somebody that knows somebody. Same thing with poop scoopers, mobile detailing. If you guys are starting a service business, your network is your friend. Later, you'll see there are businesses that are multi-million-dollar businesses that literally use referrals to drive other providers to their businesses. And they won't hire anybody unless someone referred them, which means one source, free. You could make it paid by giving opportunities like bonuses to existing people to bring in referrals. But one place can bring so much.
What's your motivation? What's your motivating factor that drives you to get this thing scaled up and to a point where you are more hands off?
One, I've always wanted to have a business. In the sense, I liked the idea of having a business. And now I don't have a safety net. There's nothing else. It's either make it work or I'm broke, or I have to go back to a job doing accounting that I hated. Every morning dreading going to do someone's taxes. So that's that motivation. I have to make this work, and I'm enjoying it.
Commitment. This is probably one of my favorite lines because that's what I live by. Commitment is key. Saying there's no plan B is how you start a business. You literally focus on that and say, nothing else matters when it comes to making money. This is it. This is what I'm all in on. This is where my focus is going. And that is what you should remember.
Work-life balance. Do you have that? Is it non-existent at this point? Is it, 90%, 10% one way?
I wouldn't say work-life balance. I'm always working, but I have the freedom to go, if I have a family member that's flying in, or they've got an event that I can go drive out and no one can tell me that I can't, right? But I might be in the car on the phone, at a red light. I'm responding to get a quote out or solving someone's issue or whatever it is. So I wouldn't say that it's balance in that sense, but I work a lot. There's regular nights that I'm sitting here till 8 p.m., 9 p.m., sometimes later.
Work-life balance. When you start a business, there is no such a thing. You hear it yourself from Grant. But what's amazing is that he knows that although he works nonstop, he has the freedom to stop whenever he wants and work or do whatever he wants to do at that time. So if he has to attend a party or an event, a family gathering, he can do so whenever he wants. And that is the key of being and growing a successful business. And he also says that he loves being an entrepreneur and he would never want to be an accountant, a CPA ever again, which is exactly what he was doing before he started this business. If you look at everything from this video and take the formula, it's very simple. You first start with something that is in demand. 2, you sell customers. 3, you build a team so you don't have to provide the service yourself. And 4, you make it your mission to focus on reoccurring clients. That's it, you guys.